Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Titus Andronicus, and today we get to hear from Boy in Act 4, Scene 1. Now, Boy in most versions is called young Lucius. It's Lucius's son, and we know this because at this point Titus really only has three other people that he's hanging out with. Marcus, his brother, Lavinia, his daughter who was raped and mutilated, and this young Lucius, because older Lucius has been banished and has gone off to the Goths to try to raise an army. So remember, this is gross play. Be prepared for what we're talking about and that sort of thing. Anyway, moving on. So at this point in the folio, young Lucius is just called Boy, and I think maybe to emphasize his age, because at the beginning of Act 4, he comes running on stage and Lavinia is chasing after him, and he is terrified, and perhaps rightfully so. I mean, he's being chased around by a woman with no hands and no tongue. I mean, that's the plot of how many horror movies these days? But anyway, she's running after him and he's running away from her, and then Marcus and Titus enter, and Marcus is like, it's okay, I got you, what's going on? He's like, she's just chasing me all over the place, and she's chasing me and I'm afraid. And Lavinia is like making all of these gestures and going for the books that young Lucius is carrying, like she wants to get them or wants to get something from them. And so Titus and Marcus are like, it looks like she's maybe trying to say something, like, did you do something? Do you know why she's chasing you? And young Lucius says, my lord, I know not I, nor can I guess, unless some fit or frenzy do possess her. For I have heard my grandsire say full oft, extremity of griefs would make men mad. And I have read that Hecuba of Troy ran mad through sorrow. That made me to fear. Although, my lord, I know my noble aunt loves me as dear as e'er my mother did, and would not but in fury fright my youth, which made me down to throw my books and fly, causeless perhaps, but pardon me, sweet aunt, and madam, if my uncle Marcus go, I will most willingly attend your ladyship. So what he's saying is he has no idea why she's chasing after him unless she's gone crazy, because he's heard stories, he's heard Titus talk about it, and he read about Hecuba in Troy, like going crazy because of grief, because they're so sad about things. And if anybody's got cause to grief, it's the Andronicus family at this moment. But then, he catches himself, and they were reminding him a bit too. They're like, she loves you, she would never hurt you. And he's like, okay, I know, but she scared me, but I know that she loves me, and I know that she's not going to hurt me. So if Uncle Marcus can be there too, then I'll help her out. And Lavinia starts going for the books even more, and she picks one, and she's trying to get to a certain page, and Titus is like, no, she's trying to say something here. She's trying to, what book is it that she's looking at, and what words, is there something? And she's flipping through the pages as if she's looking for something specific in these books. But of course she has to do all of this without hands, so it's kind of clumsy and sloppy, and they can't quite make rhyme or reason out of what's going on until they determine that the book that she pulls out deals with the rape of Philomel. And they're like, so you were raped. I mean, they had guessed that she had been raped, but now they get the confirmation that she had been raped. And then she starts gesturing more, and they glean from her that there was more than one assailant. And then Marcus is going to have an idea in tomorrow's monologue of how they can figure out exactly what happened, so that she'll be able to communicate with them in a less terrifying manner than chasing around her nephew, flailing and that sort of thing. So anyway, come on back so we can hear Marcus's idea and maybe figure out where they're going to go next. I mean, Titus did say that he was going to revenge all of her wrongs, so he needs to know all of her wrongs, even though a dad probably doesn't want to know this one. But anyway, come on back tomorrow for more, when we'll hear from Marcus. I'll see you then. Mwah.